Even when the bad guy has the jump on you, if you wait for your opportunity and seize it when it comes, you could still win the fight. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson. Today's lesson comes to us from Brazil. It's an off-duty officer at a Subway restaurant, and we're going to learn some important lessons here about surviving the ambush, about waiting for your opportunity, about multiple attackers putting shots on target and taking appropriate follow-up actions in an armed robbery. Starts like any other regular day for this off-duty officer here who's just looking for what he's going to order. But everything's going to change in a hurry here now because we're going to see the armed robbers show up. And the first guy here, he's backing him down because he's got a gun out and he's like, hey, we're going to rob the place. Now our good guy gets off the line, but there's a second bad guy, multiple attackers here, right? But our good guy gets the drop, pulls a gun from concealment and puts a shot in the first guy, and now the second guy submits. He's like, hey, I don't want any problems. Our first guy, if you go read the news story, apparently died from his wounds. Now our good guy here is going to get this second attacker into a spot where he can watch them both, and this one is over, friends. Now let's go back and let's learn some lessons here. First one, of course, is situational awareness in transitional spaces. Got to be aware of what's going on around you. This officer is, and so he's able to see with a little bit of foresight what's coming. Now you notice he's already looking like he's going for his gun here. His particular firearm's carried behind hip, and he looks like he's already looking for a chance to go for it, but he doesn't right away. He looks for his opportunity, and he gives ground. He just, hey, I'm presenting a non-threatening posture, and he's getting offline and going away. Now, when we say from here, you guy's got a leveraging arm out. You're going to have to deal with that leveraging arm as a self-defender, and he's got something on him. A firearm would be my guess, and so I don't always say it's a good idea to draw on a drawn gun, but he's able to do so here from concealment and from the ambush. He counter ambushes here and gets the gun up and online. Now he's only going to fire one shot here, which does do the job. I am going to suggest if you do that to put a couple in him, because when we talk about the boarding house rules, we don't have equal threats. So the boarding house rules where we say everybody gets first before anybody gets second don't really apply here. But he was able to get it out and get that guy out of the fight and then get his gun over to the other guy and really pay attention to that guy. And so that guy submitted as well. So he didn't get tunnel vision on any one threat, which was incredibly important to winning this one. I do notice, though, that he doesn't forget his first threat. He comes over and looks at him and says, wait a minute, is that guy a threat? He's not a threat, so he goes back to the guy who can be a threat. And we're going to see him here bend down and pick up what my guess was the weapon of the guy who he already shot, so it's out of the fight. Now he's going to get this guy into a spot here where right now he's between two bad guys. We don't like that. We want him on the same side. So he's going to pull him into a spot and sit on him, basically, so that he can see both of his potential threats. And he does a great job here of ending that particular threat. And I also like that he didn't shoot this guy. This guy submitted. The presence of the firearm did the fine job. So he stopped shooting then. And that was correct. He stopped the threat. So we see him do a lot of good stuff here to protect himself and cover his asp.